Hey y'all, it's Jules.
Amanda.
I'm Karina, and today we're discussing some of our guilty pleasures.
I don't really know what guilty pleasures are.
hmm
I feel like what some people deem like guilty, I don't know. Guilty pleasure, something such as a movie, television program, or piece of music that one enjoys despite feeling that it's not generally held in high regard. Okay,
Okay.
okay, so it's something that's just a little embarrassing that you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
Like something you feel a little guilty about liking.
yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
hmm
Feel like I
I
had an easier time coming up with this list than my celebrity list, which is shocking.
see, and I feel like I'm the opposite because I'm not I like what I like and I'm not embarrassed by any of it.
hmm
I don't know, except for one thing that we'll see if I
Yeah.
share.
I get embarrassed for like everything that I do, so um
Yeah.
we'll see.
Mine are more just like, I don't know, like I'm not necessarily embarrassed by these. Like I feel like I've shared a lot of these with people. It's more just like I think they're weird. Like
hmm
granted,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Yeah.
it's like I think they're just a little they just add a little bit of character to me, you know?
I wonder if we're gonna have that. Oh, I do that too. When
Oh.
Yeah,
we all
I hate
Yeah.
share.
it.
Go
Um,
for it, somebody, not me.
Yes.
I could start.
Okay.
Okay, I feel like Karina's gonna agree with me, but so like I was a really big fan of Glee, and
Oh
for a
my
point
God.
in time, I only listened to Glee songs. Like, okay, so I'm not like as embarrassed for like not like necessarily like for like having like watching the show, but I'm like just a tad bit of embarrassed on how much I listen to Glee, like the songs, if that makes sense. Because I think 2 years ago for my Spotify rap. I think they were like high up there. Like probably like it was probably like Broadway and then them.
hmm
So that's one of
Yeah.
my guilty pleasures. I haven't listened to them a lot recently, but like I will occasionally listen to Don't
hmm
Rain on My Parade,
Yeah.
Defying Gravity. Cough Syrup is
Yes,
a good
cough
one.
syrup. Oh my gosh, I remember one day, I don't know if you sent me a screenshot of a song you were listening to, and I think it was cough syrup, and I was listening to it at the
Oh
exact
yeah.
same time.
Weren't you in
Yeah.
the car?
Yeah, I was in the
Yeah.
car listening to cough syrup. So yeah.
My favorite is probably Smooth Criminal.
Oh
Smooth Criminal
yes.
is so good.
I love that.
That's the one, I prefer to listen to that one than the original, and my mom hates it. But I'm like, I kept telling her, it's so much better. She's like, no, it's not. I was like, yeah, it is.
I saw a TikTok, I think yesterday. It was like Halloween costume ideas for like a friend group of four, and it was that. There's like two people playing the cello, and then a warbler, and then Santana's outfit.
Oh my God, we could do that.
I
Yeah.
love that.
But I don't know. I was definitely the when I was watching Glee, like my dad would be like, "How do you know the song?" Because it's like a little older, and he'd be like, "It
Mm.
was on Glee," and then he'd be like, "That's really embarrassing for you." Yeah,
No.
My
but
favorite
yeah.
thing is when parents, they're like, what do you mean you've never heard that song? Or what do you mean you don't know that movie? I was like, I always tell my mom, like, you're the one that raised me. Like, if you
Oh,
wanted me to know it, you would have showed
true.
it to me.
That
hmm
is so
That's
true.
So
true.
no, you discovered the song that he maybe should have shown you through
Mm.
Glee.
Hmm.
I also feel like that one, the listening to Glee thing, like I don't, but I feel like it's not uncommon.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do
I
it.
feel like it's definitely something a lot of people do.
hmm
Okay.
Okay, I can go next. So I don't know. This is probably kind of like that in the sense that a lot of people do it, but I just always told myself that I wouldn't do it anymore. But I like stalking the Kardashians and the Jenners on social media, or I look up articles on them and stuff like that. I probably a lot of people do it, but I just feel guilty doing it because I told myself don't do this anymore. It's not good, but I still do it. It's just not good for me because I compare myself a lot, but
I've had my fair share of Kardashian Jenner. I used to watch the show,
Yeah, I'm currently
Keeping
watching
Up,
it.
the Hulu one.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm starting off with the older one
Mm-hmm.
because I used to watch it, but I stopped for a while, but I'm back on that train again.
Mm-hmm.
Like I I mean I don't keep up with them simply because I don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
Um but when my mom watch the show, and whenever I would watch any of it, I'd feel a little bit better about myself.
Mm,
Like in like my family dynamic, because theirs is just completely messed up because of,
it is.
the
Mm-hmm.
industry they're in and the
It
way their family's been
is.
promoted. Like I
Mm-hmm.
find it hard for like I'm sure it's extremely difficult to have a normal family dynamic with them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I do something similar though, like not necessarily with the Kardashians, but if there's a celebrity that I'm particularly not liking at the moment, I keep up with them. So then I'm prepared to argue like with whoever that likes them for whatever reason. Like I've never met anyone that I would need to argue. Like usually if I don't like a celebrity, other people don't like them either. But I keep up with them.
Mm-hmm.
Um I don't know. I guess I'm just waiting for their downfall probably. But I enjoy doing it. I won't share with the celebrities though, because no, I will. I did it with Camila Cabello for a while.
Oh,
Yeah.
But the thing is, I was like a fan of hers before I learned some of her wrongs
mm-hmm.
with like Normani and stuff. And so then I was like, okay. But now I've grown to, she doesn't like, if I see her, she doesn't bother me as much, but I have her literally restricted on everything. So she does not pop up. Her name does not pop up. And so it's good. My current one is, I'm not gonna say actually. I have one and it's gross. But I like watching like blackhead videos, like where people pop
Oh,
blackheads.
those are
But
good.
I don't like when the like I like it when they're on the face and they're smaller because I
Yeah.
don't know. But sometimes when I can't sleep, I watch those videos. And on a similar note, I really like watching chiropractor videos.
Those are good.
And
Yeah.
listening to the pops. I'm envious, but
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I know like I can't like watch like the Dr. Pimple Popper show because that grosses me out. But
Mm-hmm.
Some blackhead ones are like good. Like I feel
yeah,
like some of them I could like do and they like kind of are satisfying. If it
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it gets too much and then I can't watch those.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's gross that I watch it, but I still watch them. I still enjoy them sometimes.
I mean, they
It's
clearly
just
have an
satisfying.
audience, like
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they're popular. So you're not alone.
Well,
Yeah.
I have like a very specific like it's got to be like a specific like it can't be too much.
Yeah. Speaking of watching videos, you guys know that I like TikTok POVs or like you guys like
Mhm.
I feel like our group chat is a hub for TikTok POVs. But specifically ones that I will always like, so I'll like usually go to part two even if they suck. But like the ones that I feel really like guilty or like embarrassed about is like the Snapchat ones. When they they're just like the funniest thing to me. Like I like always get entertained by it. Like it would be
Mhm.
like some like you telling them that you need to like borrow their homework or something. It's just like their selfies with like the Snapchat thing. And then I don't know. But yeah, that's like a guilty pleasure because I will always watch the whole thing to see how each celebrity will react. Even though like that probably has nothing to do with them. And maybe that's not how they'll react at all. But I just think they're really funny.
I do the same thing.
Oh, perfect.
I know I sent it to you, Jules, but I got a Shrek POV
Yes, you did.
on my TikTok, and I watched it.
I did
Yeah.
watch all the way to the end as well.
Yeah. It was really good though. Like
It
it
was
was done well.
entertaining.
It was
Yeah,
done well.
it's a good POV.
But I think that just shows how like deep I am into it. Like there's no like, how do I come back from a Shrek POV? Like, I don't know.
You should
Yeah,
have
I don't
sent
know how
that to
that would
me.
be.
I love
Oh, I can
Shrek.
send- I definitely have it saved.
I was really confused when I saw it because it was like it said YN and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, it was an
Well, and because like I'm sitting and like my friends, they're sitting there and they're watching or they're like sharing their favorite like fan edits. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not interested because like they're celebrities that I don't like keep up with. And
Mhm.
I'm scrolling and I was like, oh, okay.
Did you show them?
I told them.
Oh.
And one of them, she was like, that would have never come out of like I would never share that with anyone that just happened. And I was like, okay.
Proceeds to send it to people.
Yeah. I was like, they didn't appreciate it. I will send it to you though, Karina, so you can experience it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I feel like on
trying
top of POVs, there's also like reading fan fiction would be
Yes.
considered a guilty pleasure.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Going from that, I like, I have a lot of scenarios in my head. And so I guess I'm not that guilty about it, but I make little folders on Pinterest and Instagram saved with outfits that I can wear in my like scenarios or when I'm reading a fanfic or a POV. I can look for an outfit and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm wearing this outfit. And then I just like pick that one. And they're all organized too, so.
I do that too. I have like a dresses one, like formal
Yes.
dresses, everyday outfits.
Yes, I have like red carpet dresses,
Yeah.
like interview dresses.
Yeah. I also
Yeah.
do it with songs. I
Mhm.
make a lot of playlists based on my scenarios, like 3.5 hour worth of songs.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really good.
I don't do that simply because I don't like self-insert. But that's
Mm.
I think it's a preference thing. But like when I'm reading one and they're describing an outfit and then I'm picturing it in my head and then they show this god awful outfit at the bottom when they insert the image, I get so mad. And so I'll go and I'll
Mhm.
find the outfit that I pictured in my head, which
Mhm.
is definitely something similar to making a Pinterest board.
Yes. Yes.
Me and my roommate used to so we would share what our scenarios would be basically like before it was like our night ritual would be like, oh, so like what tropes are you doing tonight? Sometimes like we'll be like, oh my gosh, like she'll tell me like I have this like really good outfit for that and then she'll like text me it.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think I don't do self-insert, but I feel like I think it's considered lucky that my dreams, like I get a lot of like celebrities in my dreams. Yeah. So like I don't have to. I don't know.
Yeah.
It happens basically every night.
Mhm.
Maybe that's a trick. Maybe I shouldn't self-insert. And then maybe I'll actually start dreaming. Because I can never, or it depends. Like it's like a good like once a month thing when I can get a celebrity
Mhm.
in a dream. It's not
Yeah.
all the time.
Sometimes if you go to bed and think about that celebrity, you'll dream of them.
Yeah.
I've had a
Um,
reoccurring celebrity in my dream. I don't think he's a Twitch streamer. But if I share who it is and he found out, he would be uncomfortable, so I'm not going to.
mhm.
Okay.
I don't actively put him in my dream.
Mhm.
You don't
I
know.
mean,
Yeah,
so
it just
but
happens
An
sometimes.
accident, like
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's a good dream though. Okay, I like guilty pleasure. This one's food related, but I feel like, well, at least it's common in a friend group. but I like eating like baby food or baby snacks.
I had that on my list too.
Yeah, so like those
Yeah.
puffs. My
Mhm.
friend from back home, because she has a lot of younger siblings, so she was telling me a bunch of recommendations to try because she likes them. But they're good and you get everything that you need from them in such
Mhm.
few.
And they're
And
really
like,
the cute fruit flavors. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
I don't eat like canned baby food. That's
oh
gross.
no.
But they're snacks. If they
Like the
didn't want me,
yogurt.
if they didn't want me to eat them, why can't I buy them?
That
Yeah.
is so true.
Exactly.
There's just like a shortage in puffs because all teens are eating them.
Oh my gosh. Well,
I feel like it's something that could definitely happen.
Probably. Because I know a lot of people our age, like not just in our friend group, but like outside of like friends from back home too, who like eating it since like middle school.
They're cheap.
Yeah.
So
My mom, when we were still in the dorms, my mom was like, "Oh, like what snacks do you want for when we come and visit? We could bring some." And then I I sent pictures of like the baby food, and she was like, "What?" And then she ended up going to like this party with our family, and then told everyone there that I had asked for baby food. So then they called me very concerned. I don't know.
a similar thing happened. My mom, well, she had no problem buying. She's like, "Can I have some?" But she's like, we went to my grandparents' house before I was going back to school, and she's like, "Yeah, I just bought her baby snacks." And my grandma goes, "Which ones?" I was like, "The puff." She goes, "Those are really good." So I feel like it's not something people talk about, which I guess makes it a guilty pleasure, but like a
Yeah.
lot of people do it, especially
Yeah.
I feel like parents too, like understand it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because they
Yeah.
probably like eat a little
Yeah.
bit from their kids' snacks, like to
Mhm.
taste test it. And they're like, wow, this is
This
good.
is now my snack.
Yeah, you're not getting any. I also have a food one. I like to, okay, but this is specifically only if I eat at like a IHOP or Denny's or like free breakfast from hotels. So like specifically only there. I won't do it at home. But I will get like scrambled eggs and then I would put syrup on it. And I would eat my scrambled eggs with syrup. And I discovered it because I was eating my pancakes and then the syrup had like dripped over to the eggs. And then I started liking just the syrup and the eggs. I feel like this one's not as weird. I feel like there are probably weirder food combos, but I will usually eat it, but only in those like three settings. Like I won't do it at home. Like I just made scrambled eggs, but I didn't put syrup on it.
I
Thanks.
personally would never, but
Yeah.
I
I
also
wouldn't.
I also don't like scrambled eggs, and
Mm.
Okay.
I think that syrup only belongs on pancakes or like waffles, I don't like when people
French
dip their
toast.
bacon in it. I
Oh,
think,
I don't
yeah,
really
it
like
just has
bacon in
to, it
it.
just has to, for me, it has to stay with something sweet.
Yeah. I agree with that. That's
So,
right.
but also like, I feel like I've definitely seen people do the scrambled eggs and syrup. So
Yeah.
I personally think that's better than when people put ketchup.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, I put ketchup on.
I hate ketchup.
I
So
hate ketchup so much.
I love
yeah,
ketchup.
I can't do
Like when I
it.
look at it on a table, like I will literally
Yeah.
gag. Like
I
I can't.
drench my food. Not every food, but like
She's like on everything.
no. Okay. Well, since we're talking about food, I have one. So this is only when I'm alone. When I eat pizza, like I take off all the toppings and all the cheese and and then I eat it like that, like one by one. And I put I love Parmesan cheese, so I like put as much as I can. And then I eat the toppings, and then I eat the cheese with the cheese, and then I just have the bread and the sauce, and then I put Parmesan cheese on it and eat it like regular pizza.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's only when I'm alone, because you know.
You know what? My friend, she's vegan, and
Mhm.
when we like we're with a group of people, and she doesn't want to like order her separate vegan pizza, she peels everything off and just eats the bread and sauce.
Okay.
So I don't even know if that's necessarily vegan, but she does it. But because I don't know, like if it touched
That's true.
Yeah, if
like
it
animal products,
touched.
but
Mm-hmm.
I think that also depends on the vegan you're talking to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
In middle school, I had friends who would peel off cheese so that they would like blot the oil off and then
Mm-hmm.
peel off the cheese and then eat the pizza. Or just eat the bread and they wouldn't eat the cheese. Not because
Okay.
they're vegan or anything, just because they just wanted bread and tomato sauce.
Bread. Okay.
it's okay. We all have a friend that peels the pepperoni off of her pizza
We
Oh
do.
yeah.
just for the
Okay.
flavor, just so the pepperoni flavor is there, but the pepperoni itself
Yeah.
isn't.
It's the
And then
Mhm.
sometimes she'll snack on the pepperoni afterwards.
Yeah, it just depends on
Yeah.
her mood. And every time she does it, when someone will ask her, usually it's me, even though I know the answer. Just because I think it's a little quirky of her,
Mm-hmm.
I was
you
definitely
know.
confused why she didn't just grab cheese pizza
Cheese pizza.
the first
Yeah.
time I saw it. And then she
Yeah.
explained it, and I was like, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
the hint of pepperoni on the
Mm-hmm.
oils, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
She's
Yeah.
a flavor connoisseur of sorts.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's gonna love that we talked about it. Um,
Oh, a food one? Okay, I don't do this anymore, but it was when I was like protein deficient, I guess. But I would take okay, first of all, one thing, I love frozen food.
oh, me too.
I would prefer to have things like from like a frozen processed food, whatever, for whatever reason. But I used to cook a frozen hamburger patty and just eat that. But that's not like I feel like some people just eat the patty, but I would stab it with a fork and just eat it off the fork so I didn't have to get any dishes dirty.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
that's
That's
smart.
interesting. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually really smart.
I feel like
Okay.
that's one of the weirder, like, I don't know. I'm sure there's weird things I do with food that I just don't know are weird.
Mm.
Yeah. I have another one with food. I feel like I've said this story before, but I guess this was when I was younger. Does it count as a guilty pleasure still? I'm gonna say it anyways. But when I was younger, my parents and I would go to Olive Garden a lot because I really like their breadsticks. Um, but after eating like the breadsticks, before like our meal came, I would tell them that I needed to go to the bathroom, not because I needed to go to the bathroom, but because I would sneak like the sugar packets from the side in my like sleeve. And then I would go to the bathroom, go to the big stall, just sit down, and then I would open it and like chug the sugar um in the bathroom. I would chug the entire packet. And then I would go out and act like nothing happened. I was
That's
yeah.
amazing.
I'm a really big fan of just eating sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Granted enough, I think it had saved my life before because one time I fainted right before I went to the hospital and got surgery and everything, and my mom put sugar on my tongue to like get my blood sugar up. But
Yeah.
you know,
Oh,
yeah, so that's my Olive
that's really
Garden
good.
story. So every time I go to
Mm-hmm.
I confessed this to my parents recently because we had gone to Olive Garden after a really long time. And I told them, every time I would like go to the bathroom for like 15 minutes and tell you guys that I had a stomach ache from eating too much bread, I actually didn't. I just was in there chugging sugar. Um, but yeah,
That's really good.
thank you. Core memories.
Okay, I'll share.
Okay.
Um, okay, so I am a frequent Twitch user. I don't know, I like watching people play video games. I have since I was younger. but some of it can be interesting. When I was younger, okay, I played Minecraft, which like I feel like there's a lot of like it's a pretty common thing. When I was younger, I used to watch a lot of like Minecraft YouTubers, like when I was like 9, whatever. Um, but when COVID happened during quarantine, I was on YouTube a lot more trying to keep myself entertained. And so I was like, okay, I'll go back and watch the old videos that I used to watch when I was a kid. And that's how I discovered the new people that are on like Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like telling people that I used to, or like I don't really watch them anymore. But during like COVID, I did. I sometimes will keep up with them, but I don't like telling people that I watch them and like I frequently watch them. I kept up with them because it's embarrassing and their fandom is so embarrassing. Like I don't know if you've ever seen any of it happening on Twitter, but it's so embarrassing. They're literally like torn apart. Rightfully so. I mean,
Okay.
so when I say that I watch it, I just watch it. I didn't participate in the fandom ever.
She's like PSA.
I get help. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, and I've just now started telling people that I did it because it's embarrassing. And then when I tell them, they generally have some kind of knowledge in it, and so they get why I don't share.
Okay.
But I feel like, yeah, the big one is that his name is Dream.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's the big one that like his fandom is like very interesting.
Yeah.
So that's what I don't like to tell people. But okay, Karina, Sam and Colby filmed with Wilbur Soot and George Not Found. And
Yeah,
Wilbur
I
Soot
saw
was the
that.
first one I found in that whole group. So
Okay.
I'm very excited for it because
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
excited.
Wilbur's music. So
Yeah, it's
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's that.
I found them during like the peak COVID as well.
I don't really think I have any more.
I have one. So Jules already knows this, but when I used to get like really, really bored, I used to research serial killers and I would make like PowerPoint presentations on them. And I would, just collect a whole bunch of presentations of serial killers. Yeah, because it was an interesting topic to me, not because, no,
Because you're planning something.
no. Crime stuff is really interesting to me. So I thought that maybe I could, act like I'm an investigator and I would make presentations on them. I ended up losing a whole bunch of them though, because
Oh no.
I switched to MacBooks and they deleted. But yeah.
Well, I didn't make okay, I did make a presentation. My friend and I, our junior year of high school, so a couple years ago, we did one on psychopaths versus sociopaths for a presentation. And so a lot of my knowledge from like watching true crime stuff went into that. So that's only like PowerPoint I've made. I didn't do PowerPoint stuff, but I definitely think it's a common thing for like women especially to be interested in that because my mom and I have watched probably every documentary out there.
Yes.
At least the good ones.
I love true crime. And there was a time where there were a lot of videos on TikTok of people making presentations on serial killers. And I was like, okay, I'm not alone in this. And they would all explain that it's an interesting topic and because true crime is just interesting, but it's not anything else.
I feel like it's also like important
to
know, because especially when not every serial, like it's not true for every serial killer, but like most of them, their demographic they were going for is us.
Yeah.
Like when my mom and I watched the Ted Bundy tapes on Netflix
Mhm.
and we were looking at the pictures of the girls, we're like, oh,
It's
that's me.
yeah.
That's me. Like I'm looking at a
Mhm.
picture of myself. So I think it's important to like know what to look out for.
Yeah, it
And it's
is.
just also fascinating, like that somebody's mind can work that way.
Mhm. It's really interesting to learn that type of stuff. Like, how do they just decide they're gonna do this?
Mm,
You know, that's kind of like the interesting topic.
I have one, but mine is
Okay.
like kind of related to presentations.
Okay.
But
Okay, so
Go
share.
ahead.
I like to. Did you guys ever use that the website Polyvore
Mm-mm.
growing up? So it's basically kind of just this like website where you can search up clothes and you would kind of like make outfits on there, and I would do that for hours on end. And then the website got taken down or it got like changed into something else. So I was devastated. And I was like going through withdrawals basically. So I would go to like websites like of stores, screenshot like the outfits or like the t-shirt and like the jeans that I wanted. Then I would make the background transparent, and then I would go on Google Slides and then do the same thing, but it would take a lot longer of a process. But I
Mhm.
was just really obsessed with making outfits. And like in middle school, we had this like computer project. We had to make a presentation of like our group going to like a vacation. And my group went all out and they were like, "Oh, like what are we packing?" And I was like, "I got you." So I had like I gave each person this like luggage case, and then I would do like a bunch of clothes that I think they would wear on vacation, and there'd be like at least 100 pieces of clothes in each one.
Oh my
um
god.
so yeah.
Oh
And
my god.
I yes, I that was a guilty pleasure. I still kind of do it with like the whole, it has transformed now into the Pinterest
Mm.
era of it all because it's just a lot easier and I could do it on my phone. um but yeah, I love presentations. I love making presentations. So
Mhm.
like, oh, another one is wedding. I have like at least four wedding presentations. Like I have at least four wedding plans that I've like updated throughout the years. But I think my last one from last year that I think I've sent it to both of y'all, has been my most extensive one. Um, but yeah, I like I like hyper planning things and especially clothes.
Mhm. Well, I can share one more. Um, this has actually been really recent. I like, okay, well, overall, I really like making Google Sheets on random things. So, like for example, one time I made one for Saturday Night Live. That was called
Mm.
SNL. And I made a spreadsheet with everyone that I knew so that I could watch all those from like season one up to the current one. Never used it. It's just there. I also made one for, I forgot what it was. It was some actor and some movies. Never used it. Um, but recently I have become, I don't know if I should say obsessed with looking at old yearbooks from like schools that I know of. So I found this website that they have every old year, well, not every old yearbook, but they have like almost every school's old yearbooks, like from the 50s, 60s, whatever. And I made an account just so that I could look at them. And I made a spreadsheet so that I could list all the schools in San Francisco. And I listed every yearbook that they have every year. And this one I'm actually using. And I'm currently looking at one high school. And as I look at the yearbooks, I like highlight the little years. But this consumed like an hour of my time, and I am actually proud of it. So I feel kind of guilty. Well, not guilty, but I feel like embarrassed about it because I literally made that whole spreadsheet every year, every high school. And I'm just looking through the yearbooks. Like,
think it's cool. You know?
It's-
Yeah.
now you know how to make the spreadsheets too, which will be
Yeah.
beneficial.
Add
Put
to
it
your
on your
resume.
resume.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Perfect.
I do the same thing with yearbooks. There's this used bookstore close to where I live, and it's really weird because they have a whole bunch of old yearbooks from the high school I went to.
Oh.
But what's weird about it is it's a different town.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're neighboring, and it's essentially the same thing, but it's like 20 minutes from my high school. But they have all kinds, so they have all of my old ones, which I thought was weird, except for my senior year because that one was trash. But they also have it when my aunt and my dad went there.
Oh,
Like old
wow.
yearbooks with them, and I was like, this is so weird. So every time I go in there, I will go to those yearbooks and I will look, even though I've seen them. And I can tell you what pages like they're on. Like,
It's cute.
yeah.
That's
So
so cool.
it's definitely fun to look through old yearbooks.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
so fun. And I really like comparing the times that
Yeah.
we're in now and the times back then, especially with our old school yearbooks, Jules.
Oh,
Everything looks so similar, but it just different at the same
yeah.
time. Because in the 50s, everyone looked so different. But then you see
Yeah.
the same auditorium. So it's like so
Yeah.
weird. But yeah.
I was like
watched
seeing
this-
their hair. Oh, what?
Yes.
No, well, it's something like I watched this video. I can't remember where it was from on YouTube, but they're talking about are people getting younger? Like,
Mm.
so like comparing somebody who is 19 to somebody who was 19 in 1950.
Mhm.
And it was a really interesting phenomenon, like what they were talking about. But basically what they're saying is no, we look the same age. They're just dressed old, like, so like our fashion sense, like it stays. So if their fashion sense is a button-down plaid t-shirt, if they're wearing that in the 50s, we're going to associate that with old people because the old people now are wearing it.
Mm.
And I was like, okay. And like their hairstyle is like seen old because old people
Yeah.
now are wearing it.
Oh,
So it has to do with like,
Oh,
yeah, your
like our
perspective.
perceptions.
Yeah.
that's so interesting.
So
And
I'm
now
like,
that
wow.
now that you mention that, looking back at those, you can really tell.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Mhm. I'm sure I have a ton of guilty pleasures that I don't know are guilty pleasures.
Mhm.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
But I
It's
got
nice
nothing else
getting
to
to
share.
know y'all more. We did have a
Yes.
lot of very similar ones though.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
That was good.
Which is kind of comforting in a way.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's that. Go stream Glee.
Yes.
Go listen to all your Glee music. Number one
Yes.
on Spotify.
Go
Mhm.
listen.
Go. That's the goal of
ahead.
the year.
Yeah. Get them
Go
on the very top of your Spotify
Yes.
list.
Number
Yes.
one.
Yeah.
Your
Be in
top
the
5
1% of
songs.
listeners.
No, be the one listener. Like number one. Be number one.
Yeah.
Yes. And go look at old yearbooks. It's fun.
Oh, yes.
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 If you're high school, see if it's
Yes.
changed. Or if you're,
Yes.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for listening. Check out our recents and look out for more in the future.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.